Chosen ones, God is speaking directly to you today, and His words are a thunderclap breaking through the noise of the world. Pay close attention now, because this message is not just a whisper, it's a divine call meant to shake your soul awake. You're not here by chance. The Creator has carved this moment out of eternity to reach you, to pull you closer to the purpose He's woven into your very being. Something extraordinary is stirring, and it's time to listen with every fiber of your heart. You've felt it, haven't you? That quiet pull, that inner knowing that you're meant for something bigger. It's not just a feeling, it's God's voice calling you out of the ordinary, urging you to step into the extraordinary path He's laid before you. You're not like everyone else. The world may try to box you in, to tell you you're just another face in the crowd, but God says otherwise. He's saying, "You are mine, chosen for a reason, and today I'm speaking straight to your soul." This is your moment to hear Him, to trust Him, and to move toward the destiny only He can reveal. Right now, I need you to do something. Pause, take a deep breath, and comment 777 below this video. That number carries divine energy, a signal to the heavens that you're ready to receive this message. It's not just a number, it's a declaration that you're standing in alignment with God's plan. And if this truth is resonating, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls walking this path together. Your action amplifies this message, sending it further into the world. God's voice isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in the quiet moments when you're alone with your thoughts, when the world feels heavy, or when you're wondering if you're enough. He's been speaking to you all along, through the challenges, the victories, even the pain. Think about those times you felt broken, when life seemed to press you down. Those weren't random moments. They were God's way of shaping you, refining you, preparing you for what's coming. He's saying today, "I've seen every tear, every struggle, and I'm turning it all into something glorious." Picture a seed buried in the dark, pressed beneath the weight of the earth. It doesn't stay there. It breaks through, reaching for the light, becoming something strong and alive. That's you, chosen one. Every trial you faced was soil, every hardship a push to make you grow. God is speaking now, telling you the time for breaking through is here. Your roots are deep, your strength is real, and the light you're reaching for is His promise. Comment 777 again to claim that truth. Let the universe know you're ready to rise. What does it mean when God speaks directly to you? It's not just words, it's a shift in your reality. His voice carries power to transform, to heal, to open doors no one can shut. You might be facing uncertainty, maybe it's money, health, or a dream that feels out of reach. But God's message today is clear. He's already working on your behalf. Behind the scenes, He's aligning people, resources, and moments to bring you into a new season. You don't have to see it yet to believe it. Faith is trusting His voice before the evidence appears. Think about Noah. The world laughed when he built an ark in the middle of dry land. No clouds, no rain, just a man listening to God's voice when no one else could hear it. That's you right now. People around you might not understand your path, your dreams, or your unshakable belief that something greater is coming. But God is speaking, and His words to you are a blueprint for miracles. You're not building an ark, you're building a life that defies the ordinary, one step of faith at a time. Your faith is your power. It's not about having all the answers or seeing the whole road ahead. It's about hearing God's voice and moving anyway. Maybe you've been waiting for a sign, a confirmation that you're on the right path. This is it. God is saying, "I've chosen you, and I'm guiding you now. Every time you choose to trust, you're laying another stone in the foundation of your destiny. Comment 777 one more time to seal that commitment. Declare that you're listening, that you're ready. The world will try to drown out God's voice. It'll throw distractions, doubts, even people who question your worth. But you're not meant to blend into the noise. You're a chosen one, set apart to hear what others miss. When God speaks, He doesn't just offer words, He offers a vision. He's showing you glimpses of a life filled with purpose, abundance, and impact. You're not here to just get by. You're here to leave a mark, to change lives, to reflect His glory in everything you do. Let's talk about that vision. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a life where fear no longer holds you back, where financial struggles dissolve, where your health is restored, where your relationships are filled with love and truth. That's not a fantasy, it's God's promise. He's speaking it to you now, saying, "This is what I have for you." But you have to choose to hear it, to believe it, to act on it. Your next step might feel small, but it's a step toward the divine plan He's unfolding. Right now, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls standing in faith together. Your support sends this message to others who need to hear God's voice too. It's not just about you, it's about the ripple effect of your obedience, your courage, your trust. When you move in alignment with God's call, you inspire others to do the same. You become a light, a beacon, a living testament to His power. God's voice isn't just about what's coming, it's about who you're becoming. Every time you listen, you grow stronger, wiser, more aligned with the person He created you to be. You're not just a listener, you're a vessel for His purpose. Think about Moses, standing before a burning bush, hearing God's voice when he felt unworthy. He didn't have the skills, the confidence, or the plan, but he had God's word, and that was enough to lead a nation to freedom. Your story is no less powerful. What's holding you back from fully hearing God today? Is it fear? Doubt? The weight of past mistakes? Let it go. God's voice is louder than your fears, clearer than your doubts, stronger than your past. He's saying, "I've already forgiven you, already chosen you, already set a path before you." The moment you release what's weighing you down, you make room for His promises to take root. You're not defined by what was, you're defined by what He says you are. Comment 777 one last time to affirm that you're letting go, that you're ready to receive the fullness of God's message. This isn't just a number, it's a signal to the heavens that you're standing firm, ready to walk through the doors. He's opening. You're not alone in this. Thousands of chosen ones are with you, hearing the same call, stepping into the same promise. Together, you're part of something bigger, a movement of faith, purpose, and divine transformation. God's voice is a call to action. He's not just speaking to comfort you, He's speaking to move you. There's a step you need to take today. Maybe it's a conversation you've been avoiding, a decision you've been delaying, or a dream you've been too afraid to chase. Whatever it is, God is saying, now is the time. His voice is your guide, your strength, your assurance that you won't walk alone. Trust Him and take that step. Think about David facing Goliath. The world saw a giant, but David heard God's voice. That voice told him he was enough, that the battle was already won. You're facing your own giants. Maybe it's debt, illness, or a broken dream. But God's voice is louder than the giant in front of you. He's saying, I've equipped you, I'm with you, and victory is yours. All you need to do is listen and move forward in faith. Your life is a canvas, and God's voice is the brush that paints a masterpiece. Every word He speaks adds color, depth, purpose. You might not see the full picture yet, but trust that it's beautiful. Every challenge you've faced, every moment you felt lost, was a stroke of his brush, shaping you into something extraordinary. Today, he's speaking to add new colors: hope, strength, abundance. Will you let him paint? The world might tell you to focus on what's practical, what's safe, but God's voice calls you to something higher. He's not interested in your comfort zone. He's interested in your calling. When he speaks, he's inviting you to step out of the ordinary and into the divine. You're not meant to live a small life. You're meant to carry his light, to transform the spaces you walk into, to leave a legacy that echoes beyond your years. God's message to you today is personal. It's not a generic promise, it's written with your name on it. He knows your struggles, your dreams, your heart. When he speaks, he's not addressing a crowd, he's addressing you, chosen one. He sees the weight you've carried, the battles you've fought in silence, and he's saying, I'm here, and I'm turning it all for your good. Trust that his voice is true, that his plan is perfect, that his love for you is unending. Imagine a river, steady and strong, carving its way through stone. That's God's voice in your life, unstoppable, shaping you, guiding you toward a future you can't yet fully see. You don't need to control the river. You just need to flow with it. Let his words carry you, even when the path feels uncertain. Every twist, every turn is leading you closer to the life. He's promised a life of purpose, peace, and divine abundance. You're not just hearing God's voice, you're being transformed by it. Every time you listen, you shed a layer of doubt, fear, or limitation. You step closer to the person he created you to be. Think about Esther, a woman who heard God's call in a moment of crisis. She wasn't ready, but she listened, and her obedience saved a nation. Your obedience, your willingness to hear and act, will unlock doors you never imagined possible. The enemy will try to silence God's voice. Doubt, distractions, even well-meaning voices around you might pull you away. But you're stronger than that. You're a chosen one, built to hear through the noise, to stand firm in the storm. When God speaks, no force can drown him out. Tune your heart to his frequency. Let his words be your anchor, your compass, your fire. You were made for this. God's voice is a promise, but it's also a challenge. He's asking you to trust him beyond what makes sense, to believe in a future bigger than your past. You might be thinking, I've failed before, or I don't deserve this. But God's not looking at your resume. He's looking at your heart. He's saying, I chose you, flaws and all, and my voice will guide you home. Let go of the lies and hold fast to his truth. Your life is a testimony waiting to unfold. Every time you act on God's voice, you're writing a story that will inspire others. People will see your courage, your faith, your transformation, and they'll wonder, how did they do it? Your answer will be simple. God spoke, and I listened. That's the power of a chosen one. Your life becomes a living proof of his faithfulness, a light that draws others to him. Right now, pause and reflect. What's God saying to you today? Maybe it's a single word: trust, move, rest. Maybe it's a vision of a dream you've buried. Whatever it is, hold it close. Let it sink deep into your soul. His voice isn't just for today, it's for every step of your journey. You're not walking alone. He's with you, speaking, guiding, transforming you into the masterpiece he always knew you could be. God's voice is your strength, but it's also your invitation. He's inviting you to a life bigger than you've imagined, a life where miracles aren't rare, where abundance isn't a dream, where purpose isn't a question. You don't have to chase it, it's already yours. All you need to do is listen, trust, and step forward. The doors are opening. Chosen one, his voice is clear. Will you answer? Think about the moments in your life when you felt God's presence, maybe a quiet reassurance during a dark night, or a sudden strength when you thought you'd break. Those were his voice, preparing you for this moment. He's been speaking all along, building you for a purpose only you can fulfill. Today, he's turning up the volume, making sure you hear, you are ready. I'm with you. This is your time. The world might see obstacles, but God sees opportunities. Where others see dead ends, he sees open doors. His voice is your map through the wilderness, your light in the fog. You don't need to know every step, just the next one. Trust his voice to guide you, even when the path feels unfamiliar. Every step you take in faith is a step toward the life he's promised. God's voice isn't just about you, it's about the impact you're destined to make. You're not here to live for yourself alone. Your transformation, your obedience, your faith, they ripple out, touching lives you may never meet. When you listen to God, you become a vessel for his love, his power, his purpose. You become a light that changes the world, one step, one choice, one moment at a time. Imagine standing on a mountaintop, the wind carrying God's voice to you, clear and unshakable. That's where you are right now, not physically, but spiritually. You're at a turning point, a moment where his words can lift you higher than you've ever been. Don't look down at the doubts or fears below. Look up, listen close, and let his voice carry you to new heights. You were made for this elevation. God's speaking directly to you, chosen one, because he knows you're ready to hear. You've been through the fire, the storms, the moments that tested your soul, and you're still here, standing strong, ready for what's next. His voice is your confirmation that the trials were never meant to break you, they were meant to build you. Now, he's saying, step forward. The best is yet to come. Your heart is a receiver, tuned to God's frequency. The more you listen, the clearer his voice becomes. You don't need to strive or beg for his guidance, it's already there, waiting for you to trust it. Let go of the noise, the doubts, the distractions. Quiet your mind and hear him. He's speaking life, purpose, and power into you right now. Will you receive it? The beauty of God's voice is that it never fades. It's there in your victories, your struggles, your quiet moments. It's a constant, a steady rhythm that guides your steps. You're not chasing a fleeting moment. You're walking in an eternal promise. His voice is your assurance that no matter what comes, you're held, you're chosen, you're loved. Keep listening, chosen one, and watch your life transform. Every time you hear God's voice, you're stepping into a new layer of your destiny. It's not just about what he's saying, it's about who you're becoming as you listen. You're shedding old fears, old limits, old versions of yourself. You're stepping into the chosen one he always knew you could be. His voice is the key that unlocks the next chapter of your story. Think about Abraham, called to leave everything familiar for a land he couldn't see. God's voice was his only guide, his only certainty. Yet he went, and his faith became the foundation of nations. Your faith, your willingness to hear and follow, is building something just as powerful. You may not see the full picture yet, but God's voice is enough to carry you forward. The world will try to pull you back, to make you doubt what you've heard. But God's voice is stronger than the world's noise. It's clearer than the lies, louder than the fear. When you feel overwhelmed, go back to his words. Let them anchor you. Let them remind you that you're not alone, that you're chosen, that your path is secure in His hands? God's speaking to you today because He knows you're ready for more. More purpose, more impact, more abundance. He's not calling you to a life of just enough. He's calling you to overflow. His voice is your invitation to step into a future where lack is a memory, where fear is powerless, where your life shines as a testament to His goodness. Are you ready to answer? Your life is a symphony, and God's voice is the conductor. Every note, every pause, every crescendo is part of His plan. You might not understand every moment, but trust that it's all working together for your good. His voice is guiding the melody, turning chaos into harmony, struggle into triumph. Listen closely, chosen one, and let His song lead you forward. God's voice is your shield in the storm, your strength in the battle, your hope in the darkness. When everything else feels uncertain, His words remain true. He's speaking to you now, saying, "I've got you. I've always had you. Keep going. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, because the Creator of the universe is speaking directly to you. You're not here to live a small life. God's voice is calling you to greatness, not the world's version, but His. A greatness that transforms, that heals, that inspires. Every time you listen, you're stepping closer to that calling. You're becoming the chosen one. He destined you to be a light that no darkness can extinguish. Right now, God's voice is moving in your life, rearranging what's broken, opening what's closed, restoring what's lost. You don't have to force it or fight for it. He's already doing the work. Your job is to listen, to trust, to move when He says move. His voice is your guide, your promise, your power. Will you follow it? The beauty of this moment is that God's speaking to you right now, not tomorrow, not next week, today. His words are alive, active, shaping your future as you hear them. You're standing at a crossroads, chosen one. One path leads to the familiar, the safe. The other leads to the divine, the unknown, the extraordinary. His voice is calling you to the latter. Take the step. Every time you hear God's voice, it's a spark that ignites something new. A dream, a courage, a purpose you didn't know you had. You're not just listening, you're being transformed. His words are reshaping your heart, your mind, your life. You're becoming a living testimony of what happens when a chosen one hears and obeys. God's voice is your compass in a world full of noise. It's the one thing that never wavers, never fails. When you feel lost, when the path ahead seems unclear, go back to His words. They're your map, your light, your truth. He's speaking to guide you, to lift you, to remind you that you're His chosen one, destined for a life that shines. You've been through battles, chosen one, but God's voice is your victory. Every time you listen, you're claiming ground the enemy tried to take. You're not just surviving, you're overcoming. His words are your weapon, your strength, your assurance that the fight is already won. Keep listening, keep moving, keep trusting. God's speaking to you because He sees what you can't yet see. He sees the doors opening, the miracles unfolding, the future waiting. His voice is your bridge from where you are to where you're meant to be. Don't doubt it. Don't ignore it. Just listen. He's calling you to a life of purpose, power, and divine possibility. Will you answer? Your life is a story, and God's voice is the author. Every chapter, every twist, every triumph is written by Him. Right now, He's turning the page, starting a new chapter filled with hope, abundance, and purpose. His words are the ink, your faith is the pen. Keep listening, chosen one, and watch the story unfold into something extraordinary. God's voice is a fire in your soul, chosen one, burning away what no longer serves you. It's not just a sound, it's a force, reshaping your heart, clearing the clutter of doubt and fear. When he speaks, he's calling you to let go of the old stories you've carried, the ones that say you're not enough, not ready, not worthy. His words are a divine reset, a command to rise into the truth of who you are. You're not bound by yesterday's failures or tomorrow's worries. His voice anchors you in the now, where miracles begin. Picture a potter at work, hands steady, molding clay into something beautiful. That's God with you. His voice is the gentle pressure, the steady guidance, shaping you through every word he speaks. You might feel the weight of his hands, the stretch of being molded, but trust the process. Every turn of the wheel, every moment you listen, is crafting you into a vessel for his purpose, a life that holds his light, his love, his power. You're not just clay, you're his masterpiece in the making. The world might try to drown out his voice with chaos bills piling up, voices questioning your path, moments of doubt creeping in. But God's voice cuts through like a blade, sharp and clear. He's saying, I see you, I know you, and I'm leading you. You don't need to fight the noise, just focus on him. His words are your shield, protecting you from the distractions that try to pull you off course. Stay tuned to his frequency, and the world's chaos will fade. Think about the Red Sea, parting for Moses. The impossible stood before him, water too deep, enemies too close. But God's voice spoke, and the sea obeyed. That same voice is speaking to you now, parting the obstacles in your path. What looks impossible to you is nothing to him. His words carry the power to move mountains, to open doors, to make a way where there seems to be none. Trust his voice, and watch the impossible become your reality. God's speaking directly to you because he knows your heart is ready. You've been through the wilderness, the moments where you questioned everything. Those weren't punishments, they were preparations. His voice is now guiding you out, showing you the path to a land of promise. Every word he speaks is a step forward, a promise that the desert is behind you. You're not wandering anymore, you're walking toward a future. He's already prepared. Your life is a garden, and God's voice is the rain that makes it grow. Every word he speaks waters the seeds of your dreams, your purpose, your destiny. You might not see the blooms yet, but they're coming. The seeds you've planted through faith, through perseverance, through trusting him in the dark, they're ready to break through. His voice is the spark that brings them to life, turning barren ground into a place of abundance. The enemy wants you to doubt God's voice, to think it's just your imagination or wishful thinking. But you know better. You've felt his presence, heard his call, in moments no one else could understand. His voice is real, alive, and it's speaking to you now, saying, "You're mine, and I'm guiding you." Don't let doubt steal this moment. Lean into his words, let them sink deep, and watch how they transform your heart, your mind, your life. God's voice is your foundation, chosen one. When everything else shifts, jobs, relationships, plans, his words remain steady. He's speaking to build you up, to remind you that your life is rooted in his promises. You're not swaying with the wind or crumbling under pressure. You're standing on solid ground, built by the one who never fails. His voice is your strength, your certainty, your unshakable truth. Imagine a lighthouse standing firm in a storm, its beam cutting through the dark, guiding ships to safety. That's you when you listen to God's voice. The world might rage around you, but his words make you a beacon. You're not just surviving the storm, you're guiding others through it. Your faith, your obedience, your trust in his voice, they shine, drawing others to the safety of his love. Keep listening and keep shining. God's speaking to you today, to remind you of your power, not the world's power, built on control or pride, but his power, rooted in faith and love. His voice is awakening something inside you, a strength you didn't know you had, a courage that defies fear, a purpose that outshines doubt. You're not just hearing him, you're becoming a vessel for his glory, a living proof of what happens when a chosen one listens. Every word God speaks is a seed of transformation. It's not just about what he's saying, it's about what he's doing in you. His voice is rewriting your story, turning pain into purpose, fear into faith, lack into abundance. You're not the same person you were yesterday. Every time you listen, you're stepping into a new version of yourself, one that reflects his light more brightly, his love more deeply. The world might tell you to hustle, to chase, to prove yourself, but God's voice says, "Rest in me." His words are an invitation to stop striving and start trusting. He's already paved the way, already opened the doors, already set the table. Your job isn't to force the outcome, it's to listen and follow. His voice is your guide, showing you where to step, when to wait, how to move. Trust it, and you'll see miracles unfold. Think about the disciples in the boat, waves crashing, wind howling. They were terrified, but Jesus spoke, and the storm stopped. His voice had power then, and it has power now. Whatever storm you're facing, fear, uncertainty, loss, his voice is stronger. He's speaking peace to your heart, strength to your spirit, hope to your future. Listen closely, chosen one, and let his words calm your storm. God's voice is your calling card. It's what sets you apart, what marks you as his chosen one. The world might not understand why you're different, why you walk with such certainty, why you shine in the dark. But you know it's because he's speaking to you, guiding you, filling you with his light. Every word he speaks is a reminder that you're not ordinary, not average, not alone. You're his. Your life is a tapestry, and God's voice is the thread weaving it together. Every word he speaks adds a new color, a new pattern, a new layer of beauty. You might not see the full design yet, but trust that it's stunning. His voice is crafting something unique, something only you can carry, something that will leave the world in awe. Keep listening, and let him weave his masterpiece through you. The enemy will try to twist God's words, to make you question what you've heard. But his voice is unmistakable. It's the one that brings peace, not confusion, hope, not fear, clarity, not chaos. When doubt creeps in, go back to what he's spoken. Hold fast to his promises. They're your anchor, your truth, your guide through every lie the enemy throws your way. God's speaking to you today because he sees your potential, not the potential the world sees, measured by success or status, but the potential he placed in you before you were born. His voice is calling that potential to life, stirring the gifts, the dreams, the purpose he planted in your soul. You're not just hearing him, you're becoming who he always knew you could be. Imagine a key turning in a lock, a door creaking open to reveal a room filled with light. That's God's voice in your life, unlocking what's been hidden, revealing what's been waiting. Every word he speaks is a turn of the key, opening new possibilities, new paths, new promises. You're not stuck, chosen one. His voice is setting you free to walk into the life he's prepared. God's voice is your North Star, guiding you through the night when the world feels dark and uncertain. You don't need to see the whole sky, just follow his light. His words are steady, constant, leading you to a future where fear has no place, where lack is a memory, where purpose is your reality. Keep your eyes on his voice, and you'll never lose your way. You're not just hearing God's voice, you're carrying it. His words are alive in you, shaping your thoughts, your actions, your destiny. Every time you listen, you're letting His power flow through you, transforming not just your life, but the lives around you. You're a chosen one, a vessel for His message, a light for His truth. Keep listening and watch how His voice changes everything. God's voice is a melody that resonates deep within your spirit. Chosen one, a song only you can hear. It's not just words, it's a rhythm that pulses through your life, aligning every step with His divine plan. When He speaks, He's tuning your heart to His frequency, setting the tempo for a journey that's uniquely yours. You're not dancing to the world's chaotic beat anymore. His voice is calling you to move in sync with a purpose that's eternal, unshakable, and true. Imagine a riverbed, dry and cracked, waiting for the rush of water to bring it to life. That's your soul when God's voice pours in. His words are the flood that fills the empty places, bringing growth where there was barrenness, hope where there was despair. Every syllable He speaks is a current, carrying you toward a future where lack has no place. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, watered by the voice, all of the one who knows you best. The world might try to pull you into its current, dragging you toward fear, doubt, or distraction. But God's voice is stronger, a steady anchor in the storm. He's saying, "I've set you apart, and my words will hold you fast." You don't need to fight the waves, just listen to Him. His voice is your lifeline, keeping you grounded when everything else tries to sweep you away. Trust it, and you'll find your footing on solid ground. Think about Jonah, running from God's call, swallowed by the depths. Even in the belly of the whale, God's voice found him, calling him back to purpose. That's you, chosen one, no matter where you've wandered, no matter how far you feel from the path. His voice is reaching you now. It's not a rebuke, it's a reminder that you're never too lost for Him to find. His words are pulling you back to the destiny He's written for you. God's voice is a light in your wilderness, illuminating the path when the way feels unclear. You might be standing at a crossroads, unsure which direction to take. His words are your guide, a beacon that cuts through the fog of indecision. He's not asking you to know everything, just to trust Him enough to take the next step. His voice is clear, steady, pointing you toward a future where every choice aligns with His perfect will. Your life is a canvas stretched across the frame of eternity, and God's voice is the artist's hand. Each word He speaks adds a stroke, a color, a detail to the masterpiece He's creating. You might not see the full picture yet, but every moment you listen, you're letting Him paint something extraordinary. His voice is crafting a story that's bold, beautiful, and uniquely yours, a testament to His love and power. The enemy will try to interrupt, whispering lies that God's voice isn't real, that you're imagining it, that you're not worthy to hear Him. But those lies crumble in the presence of His truth. You know His voice, chosen one. You've felt it in the quiet moments, the times when peace washed over you for no reason, the times when strength came from nowhere. His words are your shield, deflecting every doubt the enemy throws your way. God's speaking to you now because He sees the fire in your heart, the spark He placed there before you were born. His voice is fanning that flame, turning it into a blaze that can't be ignored. You're not just a flicker, you're a light that burns bright, a force that changes everything it touches. His words are fuel, igniting your purpose, your passion, your power to live the life He's called you to. Imagine a warrior standing on a battlefield, armor gleaming under the sunday. That's you when you hear God's voice. His words are your armor, your sword, your strength. The world might throw challenges, but you're equipped to face them all. His voice is your battle cry, reminding you that the fight is already won, that you're not just surviving, you're conquering, step by faithful step. God's voice is your invitation to rise above the ordinary. He's not calling you to blend in, to settle for a life of just enough. His words are lifting you higher, to a place where your dreams aren't just possible, they're inevitable. You're a chosen one, marked by His voice for a purpose that shakes the heavens. Listen closely, and let His words carry you to heights you never imagined. Your heart is a sanctuary, and God's voice is the sacred fire that burns within it. Every time He speaks, He's kindling that flame, warming the places that felt cold, lighting the corners that felt dark. You're not alone in this sanctuary. His presence is there, speaking life, hope, and purpose into every moment. Let His voice fill you, chosen one, and watch how it transforms your inner world. The world might offer you quick fixes, temporary highs, fleeting promises, but God's voice offers something eternal, a foundation that never shifts, a truth that never fades. His words are your rock, your refuge, your reason to keep going when everything else feels uncertain. You don't need the world's approval when you have His voice guiding your every step. Think about Daniel in the lion's den, facing death with a peace that baffled his enemies. God's voice was his strength, His assurance that no harm would come. That same voice is speaking to you now, calming the lions in your life, fear, doubt, opposition. His words are your protection, your promise that no matter what you face, you'll come through untouched, stronger than before. God's voice is a map drawn in the stars, guiding you through the night of uncertainty. You don't need to see the whole journey, just trust the one who charted it. His words are your direction, your hope, your certainty that every step is leading you closer to His plan. Keep listening, chosen one, and let His voice light the way to a future filled with promise. Your life is a river, flowing toward a destiny only God can see. His voice is the current, guiding you around obstacles, carrying you through rough waters, leading you to still places of peace. You don't need to paddle harder or fight the flow, just trust His words to take you where you're meant to be. His voice is your guide, your strength, your assurance that the journey is worth it. The enemy will try to cloud your hearing, filling your mind with noise, worries about money, health, or what others think. But God's voice is clearer, stronger, cutting through the clutter. He's saying, I'm bigger than your fears, greater than your struggles. Tune out the noise, chosen one, and focus on Him. His words are your clarity, your truth, your way forward in a world that tries to pull you back. God's speaking to you because He knows you're ready to carry His message. You're not just a listener, you're a messenger, a light, a vessel for His truth. His voice is equipping you to speak life, to bring hope, to change the world around you. Every word He speaks is preparing you for a purpose that's bigger than yourself, a calling that echoes through generations. Imagine a tree, roots deep in the earth, branches reaching for the sky. That's you, grounded in God's voice, stretching toward His promises. His words are the nourishment that makes you grow, the strength that keeps you standing through every storm. You're not just surviving, you're flourishing, bearing fruit that blesses others, a testament to the one who speaks life into you. God's voice is your compass, pointing you true north when the world tries to spin you in circles. His words are your direction, your certainty, your hope in a world full of confusion. You don't need to know every answer, just trust the one who does. His voice is guiding you, step by step, to a future where His promises are your reality. You're not just hearing God's voice, you're living it. Every word He speaks is a spark, igniting your purpose, your faith, your destiny. You're a chosen one, called to walk a path that shines with His light. Keep listening, keep trusting, and watch how his words transform your life into a story that glorifies him. God's voice is a beacon calling you home, chosen one, a steady light piercing through the fog of life's uncertainties. When he speaks, it's not just sound, it's a divine summons, pulling you toward a purpose crafted before time began. His words are a map, etched in eternity, guiding you through every twist and turn. You're not lost, no matter how dark the path feels. His voice is your compass, leading you to a place where your soul finds rest and your destiny takes root. Imagine a sculptor chiseling stone, each strike deliberate, revealing beauty hidden within. That's God's voice working on you. Every word he speaks chips away at doubt, fear, and limitation, uncovering the masterpiece he always saw in you. You might feel the weight of the chisel, the pressure of being shaped, but trust his hands. His voice is crafting you into someone who reflects his glory, someone who stands tall in a world that tries to pull you down. The world will throw shadows, trying to dim the clarity of God's voice. It'll whisper that you're too small, too broken, too far gone. But his words burn brighter, cutting through the lies. He's saying, I chose you, and my voice will never leave you. You don't need to chase approval or prove your worth. His voice is your validation, your truth, your unshakable foundation. Hold fast to it and watch the shadows scatter. Think about Joseph, sold into slavery, locked in a prison, forgotten by those he helped. Yet God's voice never left him. In the pit, in the cell, in the silence, his words were Joseph's strength, promising a future no one else could see. That's you, chosen one. No matter where you are overlooked, underestimated, or alone, God's voice is speaking, lifting you toward a destiny that defies your circumstances. God's voice is a spark in your spirit, igniting courage you didn't know you had. His words aren't just comfort, they're a call to action, a challenge to step into the unknown with faith. He's not asking you to have it all figured out, just to trust him enough to move. Every word he speaks is a push, urging you to leave fear behind and walk boldly into the life he's prepared. You're ready, because he says you are. Your life is a tapestry of divine moments, and God's voice is the golden thread weaving them together. Each word he speaks adds strength, beauty, purpose to the fabric of your story. You might not see the full pattern yet, but every thread matters. His voice is stitching together your past, present, and future into a work of art that testifies to his love. Keep listening and let him weave something extraordinary. The enemy will try to distort God's voice, planting seeds of confusion or hesitation, but you know his tone, chosen one. You've heard it in the moments when peace came out of nowhere, when strength carried you through the impossible. His voice is your clarity, your anchor, your truth in a world full of deception. Tune out the lies, focus on him, and let his words guide you through the noise. God's speaking to you now because he sees the warrior within you. His voice is awakening the strength he planted in your soul, calling you to stand firm where others falter. You're not just a listener, you're a fighter, equipped by his words to face any battle. His voice is your armor, your weapon, your victory cry. Step into the fight, knowing he's already won it for you. Picture a flame burning steady in the wind, unyielding, untamed. That's you when you hear God's voice. His words are the fuel, keeping your light alive no matter what tries to snuff it out. You're not flickering, you're blazing, a fire that warms, illuminates, and transforms. His voice is stoking that flame, making you a beacon for others lost in the dark. Keep burning, chosen one, and light the way. God's voice is your lifeline, pulling you through the storms of life. When waves crash doubt, fear, loss, his words are the rope you hold onto. He's saying, I'm here, and I won't let you go. You don't need to swim against the current or fight the tide. Just grip his voice and let it carry you to safety. His words are your strength, your hope, your promise of a shore beyond the storm. The world might tell you to rely on your own plans, your own strength, but God's voice calls you to something greater. Trust in him. His words are a blueprint, not for a life you design, but for one he's already built. You don't need to force the pieces to fit. His voice shows you where they belong. Let go of control, listen closely, and watch his plan unfold in ways you never imagined. Think about Ruth, a widow with nothing, following a God she barely knew. His voice, quiet but clear, guided her to a field, a man, a future. Her obedience turned loss into legacy. That's you, chosen one. God's voice is leading you through your own fields of uncertainty, to places of provision, purpose, and promise. Trust his guidance and step where he calls you to go. God's voice is a song of freedom, breaking the chains that hold you back. Every word he speaks loosens the grip of fear, shame, or regret. You're not bound by what was, you're released by what he says you are. His voice is your liberation, setting you free to run toward a future filled with hope. Listen, and let his words unshackle your heart for the journey ahead. Your life is a garden of possibilities, and God's voice is the sunlight that brings it to bloom. His words warm the soil, coaxing your dreams, your gifts, your purpose to life. You might see only dirt right now, but his voice sees the harvest. Keep listening, chosen one, and watch how his words turn barren places into fields of abundance, beauty, and impact. The enemy will try to sow weeds of doubt, choking out the truth of God's voice. But his words are stronger, uprooting lies, planting hope in their place. He's saying, you're mine, and I've got you. You don't need to fight the weeds alone. His voice is your gardener, clearing the way for his promises to grow. Trust him and let his words cultivate your soul. God's speaking to you because he knows your heart is ready for more. More faith, more courage, more purpose. His voice is stretching you, calling you to expand beyond your comfort, your fears, your limits. You're not meant to stay small. You're meant to grow, to rise, to shine. His words are the invitation to become the chosen one he always knew you could be. Imagine a key unlocking a door to a room filled with treasures, hope, peace, abundance. That's God's voice, turning the lock on your destiny. Each word he speaks opens a new door, revealing what he's prepared for you. You don't need to pry it open, just listen and walk through. His voice is your access, your permission, your promise that what's behind the door is yours. God's voice is your shield, guarding you from the arrows of doubt and fear. When the world attacks, when voices question your worth, his words stand firm, protecting your heart. He's saying, you're enough because I chose you. You don't need to defend yourself. His voice is your defense, your strength, your assurance that no weapon formed against you will prosper. Your life is a symphony of divine notes, and God's voice is the composer, arranging every chord into a masterpiece. His words bring harmony to the chaos, purpose to the pain, beauty to the struggle. You might not hear the full song yet, but every note matters. Keep listening, chosen one, and let his voice create a melody that echoes through eternity. The world might try to silence God's voice with its demands, its distractions, its noise, but his words are louder, clearer, stronger. He's speaking to you now, cutting through the clutter, reminding you that you're his, You don't need to shout over the chaos, just listen to his whisper. His voice is your peace, your guide, your truth in a world that tries to drown it out. God's voice is a river of strength flowing through your soul, chosen one, carrying you forward with unstoppable force. When he speaks, his words surge like a current, washing away fear, doubt, and hesitation. You're not standing still anymore. His voice is moving you, pushing you toward a destiny that's bold, vibrant, and yours alone. Let his words carry you, and trust that every bend in the river is leading you exactly where you're meant to be. Picture a blacksmith forging a blade, each strike of the hammer precise, shaping raw metal into something sharp and true. That's God's voice in your life. Every word he speaks is a strike, refining you, strengthening you, making you unbreakable. You might feel the heat, the pressure, but it's all for a purpose. His voice is forging you into a tool for his glory, a chosen one who cuts through the darkness with unyielding faith. The world will try to dull your edge, throwing distractions and discouragement to make you question your path. But God's voice sharpens you, reminding you who you are. He's saying, "I've made you strong, and no one can take that away." You don't need to fight for your place. His words are your strength, your clarity, your assurance that you're built for this moment. Hold fast to them and stand firm. Think about Hannah, praying in silence, her heart poured out to God when no one else understood. His voice answered her, turning her barrenness into a legacy through Samuel. That's you, chosen one. In your quiet moments, when the world doesn't see, God's voice is answering, promising fruit where you see none. His words are your hope, your promise, your certainty that your prayers are never in vain. God's voice is a wind at your back, pushing you forward when the road feels steep. His words don't just comfort, they propel you, giving you the momentum to climb higher, to chase the dreams he's placed in your heart. You're not stuck, no matter how heavy the load feels. His voice is your strength, lifting you above obstacles, guiding you toward a future where his promises shine. Your life is a mosaic, each piece a moment shaped by God's voice. His words are the artist's touch, fitting every fragment joy, pain, victory, loss into a beautiful whole. You might not see the full design yet, but trust that it's breathtaking. Every word he speaks adds another piece, turning your story into a masterpiece that reflects his love and purpose. Keep listening and watch it come together. The enemy will try to scatter your pieces, sowing chaos to make you doubt God's plan. But his voice is stronger, gathering every fragment, holding them in place. He's saying, "I see the whole picture, and it's good." You don't need to fear the chaos. His words are your order, your peace, your assurance that nothing is wasted. Trust him, and let his voice keep your story intact. God's speaking to you now because he knows you're ready to shine. His voice is igniting the light within you, a glow that can't be hidden. You're not just a spark, you're a flame, meant to light up the dark places, to draw others to his truth. His words are fanning that flame, making you a beacon of hope, a chosen one whose life points to him. Imagine a ship cutting through the waves, guided by a captain who knows the sea. That's you, chosen one, with God's voice as your captain. His words steer you through storms, past hidden rocks, toward a harbor of promise. You don't need to fear the waves. His voice is your guide, your strength, your certainty that you'll reach the shore he's prepared for you. God's voice is your cornerstone, the foundation on which your life is built. When everything else shakes, relationships, plans, dreams, his words stand firm. He's saying, "I'm your rock, and I'll never fail you." You don't need to build your life on shifting sand. His voice is solid, eternal, holding you steady through every trial. Rest in it and know you're secure. The world might tempt you with shortcuts, promising quick wins or easy paths. But God's voice calls you to something deeper, a journey of faith, purpose, and lasting reward. His words are your true north, guiding you past fleeting distractions toward a life that matters. You're not here for temporary gains, you're here for eternal impact, led by the one who speaks truth. Think about Gideon, hiding in a winepress, feeling small and unworthy. God's voice found him, calling him a mighty warrior when he saw only weakness. That's you, chosen one. His voice sees what you can't: strength, courage, purpose. His words are lifting you out of hiding, calling you to stand tall, to fight for the destiny He's spoken over you. God's voice is a seed planted deep in your heart, growing into something mighty. His words are life, taking root in your soul, sprouting into dreams, gifts, and possibilities you haven't yet seen. You might feel small now, but His voice is nurturing something massive, a life that bears fruit, that changes lives, that glorifies Him. Keep listening and watch it grow. The enemy will try to uproot that seed, whispering that God's promises aren't real, that you're not enough. But His voice is stronger, guarding what He's planted. He's saying, "I've chosen you, and my words will not fail." You don't need to defend the seed. His voice is your shield, your gardener, ensuring it thrives. Trust Him and let His words bring it to life. God's speaking to you because He sees the leader in you, the one meant to guide, inspire, and uplift. His voice is awakening your calling, stirring the courage to step into roles you never imagined. You're not just following, you're leading, carrying His light into places that need it most. His words are your authority, your strength, your mandate to make a difference. Picture a bridge spanning a chasm, strong and steady, connecting where you are to where God wants you to be. His voice is that bridge, guiding you across every gap: fear, doubt, uncertainty. Each word He speaks is a plank, a step, a promise that you'll make it to the other side. You don't need to leap, just walk, trusting His voice to hold you up. God's voice is your heartbeat, the rhythm that keeps you alive, moving, thriving. His words pulse through you, giving you strength when you're weary, hope when you're worn, purpose when you're lost. You're not just surviving, you're living fully and fiercely, because the Creator is speaking life into you. Listen closely and let His rhythm guide your every move. The world might try to slow your pace, throwing obstacles to make you stumble. But God's voice is your cadence, keeping you steady, moving you forward. He's saying, "Keep going, I'm with you." You don't need to rush or fear falling. His words are your tempo, your strength, your assurance that every step is in time with His plan. Your life is a flame, and God's voice is the breath that keeps it burning. His words fan the fire within you, making it grow brighter, stronger, warmer. You're not flickering in the wind, you're blazing, a light that draws others, a heat that transforms. His voice is your fuel, your purpose, your power to shine in a world that needs your glow. God's speaking to you now because He knows you're ready to soar. His voice is your wind, lifting you above the weight of fear, doubt, or limitation. You're not bound to the ground. You're a chosen one, meant to rise, to fly, to reach heights. Only His words can show you. Trust His voice, spread your wings, and let it carry you to the life He's promised. God's voice is a lighthouse in your storm, chosen one, a steady beam cutting through the chaos of life. When He speaks, His words pierce the darkness, guiding you safely through crashing waves and howling winds. You're not lost, no matter how wild the tempest feels. His voice is your signal, your safe harbor, calling you to a place where peace reigns and purpose anchors your soul. Imagine a weaver at a loom, threading colors into a pattern only they can see. That's God's voice in your life, each word a thread, crafting a story of beauty and strength. You might not grasp the full design yet, but every syllable adds depth, meaning, destiny. His voice is weaving your moments, triumphs, trials, dreams into a tapestry that glorifies Him. Trust the process and let His words create something eternal. The world will try to unravel your story, tugging at threads with doubt, fear, or comparison. But God's voice holds it together, stronger than any force that tries to tear it apart. He's saying, I'm the weaver, and my work in you is perfect. You don't need to fight to keep it intact. His words are your strength, your pattern, your assurance that nothing can undo His plan. Stand firm and watch His design unfold. Think about Elijah, alone in the wilderness, hearing God's voice not in the wind or fire, but in a gentle whisper. That whisper was enough to renew his strength, to send him back to his calling. That's you, chosen one. In your quiet moments, when the world feels heavy, God's voice whispers, lifting you, guiding you, reminding you that His power is all you need. His words are your renewal, your direction, your truth. God's voice is a key turning in a lock, opening doors the world can't see. His words are unlocking opportunities, relationships, dreams that have been waiting for you. You might feel stuck, but His voice is moving, shifting what's closed, revealing what's possible. You don't need to force the doors. His words are your access, your permission to walk into the future He's prepared. Your life is a flame dancing in the night, and God's voice is the breath that keeps it alive. His words fuel your fire, making it burn brighter, stronger, unquenchable. You're not flickering in the face of darkness, you're blazing, a light that draws others to His truth. His voice is your spark, your power, your promise that you'll never burn out. Keep shining and let His words light your way. The enemy will try to douse your flame, whispering that God's voice is too faint, too far away. But you know better, chosen one. You felt His words in the moments when hope came alive, when strength carried you through. His voice is your fire, your shield, your certainty that no darkness can overcome you. Ignore the lies, focus on Him, and let His words keep your light burning. God's speaking to you now because He sees the builder in you, the one meant to create, restore, and uplift. His voice is laying the foundation for a life that impacts others, that leaves a legacy of faith. You're not just hearing Him, you're constructing something eternal, brick by brick, with His words as your guide. Trust them and build the life He's calling you to. Picture a river carving through stone, patient, relentless, unstoppable. That's God's voice in your life, shaping your path with steady power. His words are the current, wearing down obstacles, smoothing rough edges, leading you to a place of peace. You don't need to break the stone yourself. His voice is doing the work, guiding you through every challenge with unyielding strength. God's voice is your anchor in a sea of change, holding you steady when the tides of life shift. His words are your security, your promise that no storm can sweep you away. You're not drifting, you're rooted, grounded in the truth He speaks. He's saying, I've got you, and my plan for you is unshakable. Trust His voice, and know you're held fast. The world might push you to chase fleeting goals, money, status, approval. But God's voice calls you to something deeper, something lasting. His words are your true treasure, guiding you to a life of purpose, not just possessions. You're not here for temporary wins, you're here for eternal impact, led by the one who speaks life into your soul. Think about Mary, hearing the angel's voice, carrying a promise that seemed impossible. God's words gave her courage to face the unknown, to bear the weight of a divine call. That's you, chosen one. His voice is giving you strength to carry what others can't imagine, to walk a path that leads to miracles. His words are your courage, your calling, your truth. God's voice is a seed of hope, planted deep in your heart, ready to bloom. His words are nurturing it, bringing life to dreams you thought were dead, possibilities you thought were gone. You might see only soil now, but his voice sees the harvest. Keep listening and watch how his words turn barren places into fields of promise, purpose, and abundance. The enemy will try to choke that seed, sowing weeds of doubt or distraction. But God's voice is stronger, guarding what he's planted. He's saying, "My promises are true, and they're yours." You don't need to fight for the seed. His words are your protection, your gardener, ensuring it grows. Trust him, and let his voice bring it to life. God's speaking to you because he sees the healer in you, the one meant to mend, restore, and lift others up. His voice is awakening your gift to bring hope where there's pain, light where there's darkness. You're not just a listener, you're a vessel for his love, carrying his words to a world that needs them. His voice is your mission, your strength, your call to heal. Imagine a bridge spanning a vast divide, connecting broken places to wholeness. That's God's voice in your life, building pathways where none existed. His words are the beams, the supports, guiding you across every gap, fear, loss, uncertainty. You don't need to leap, just walk, trusting his voice to hold you steady as you cross to the other side. God's voice is your melody in a world of noise, a song that keeps you grounded when chaos swirls. His words are your rhythm, your harmony, your peace. You're not swayed by the clamor, you're tuned to him, moving to the beat of his purpose. Keep listening, chosen one, and let his voice sing through your life. The world might try to drown out his song with its demands, its distractions, its doubts, but God's voice is clearer, stronger, eternal. He's saying, "I'm your song, and I'll never fade." You don't need to compete with the noise, just focus on his melody. His words are your peace, your guide, your truth in a world that tries to silence them. Your life is a canvas of divine possibility, and God's voice is the brush that paints it. His words add color to your dreams, depth to your purpose, beauty to your story. You might not see the full picture yet, but every stroke matters. His voice is creating something extraordinary, a life that reflects his glory in every hue. Keep listening and let him paint. God's speaking to you now because he sees the warrior in you, ready to rise, to fight, to overcome. His voice is your battle cry, stirring courage, strength, and faith within you. You're not just hearing him, you're being armed, equipped to face every challenge with his power. His words are your weapon, your shield, your victory in every fight. God's voice is a flame in your heart, chosen one, a steady fire that warms your soul and lights your path. When he speaks, his words kindle courage, burning away the shadows of fear and doubt. You're not wandering in the dark, his voice is your guide, a blaze that shows you the way forward. Let his words ignite your spirit and trust that they're leading you to a life that shines with his purpose. Picture a potter spinning clay, hands gentle yet firm, shaping something beautiful from raw earth. That's God's voice in your life. Each word he speaks molds you, smoothing rough edges, forming you into a vessel for his glory. You might feel the pressure of his hands, but it's all for a reason. His voice is crafting you into someone who carries his light, someone who stands strong in a fragile world. The world will try to reshape you, pressing you into its mold with expectations, criticism, or fear. But God's voice is stronger, holding you steady in His design. He's saying, I made you, and my plan for you is perfect. You don't need to conform to the world's demands. His words are your form, your strength, your assurance that you're exactly who you're meant to be. Stay true to His voice and stand unshaken. Think about Deborah, a prophetess leading Israel with wisdom and courage. God's voice guided her, giving her the strength to judge, to fight, to lead when others hesitated. That's you, chosen one. His voice is calling you to lead in your own way, to step into roles that others might shy away from. His words are your authority, your wisdom, your power to make a difference. God's voice is a wind whispering through your soul, stirring dreams you thought were lost. His words breathe life into hopes you buried, plans you set aside, possibilities you doubted. You're not stuck in the past. His voice is moving you forward, reviving what seemed dead. Listen closely, and let His words fan the embers of your dreams into a roaring fire. Your life is a garden, and God's voice is the gardener, tending to every seed of purpose He's planted. His words water your faith, prune your fears, and cultivate your destiny. You might see only small sprouts now, but His voice sees the harvest. Keep listening, chosen one, and watch how His words turn your life into a place of growth, beauty, and abundance. The enemy will try to trample your garden, sowing weeds of doubt or discouragement. But God's voice is your protector, guarding what He's planted. He's saying, I've set my hand on you, and my promises will grow. You don't need to fight the weeds alone. His words are your shield, your gardener, ensuring your purpose thrives. Trust Him, and let His voice keep your garden flourishing. God's speaking to you now because He sees the messenger in you, the one meant to carry His truth to others. His voice is equipping you to speak life, to share hope, to point others to Him. You're not just hearing His words, you're becoming a voice for His love, a light in a world that needs direction. His words are your mission, your strength, your call to shine. Imagine a compass spinning in the wild, always pointing true north. That's God's voice in your life, guiding you through uncharted lands. His words are your direction, steady when everything else feels uncertain. You don't need to know the whole map, just trust His voice to show you the next step. His words are your guide, your certainty, your path to a future He's already prepared. God's voice is your fortress, a stronghold where you find safety in life's battles. His words build walls of faith around you, protecting you from fear, doubt, or attack. You're not vulnerable. His voice is your defense, your refuge, your assurance that no enemy can breach His plan for you. Rest in His words and know you're secure in His care. The world might tempt you with fleeting promises, quick success, easy answers, shallow dreams. But God's voice offers something eternal, a purpose that outlasts the temporary. His words are your anchor, keeping you grounded in what's true, what's lasting. You're not here for short-term gains. You're here for a legacy that echoes through generations, guided by His voice. Think about Paul, struck blind on the road, hearing God's voice call him from persecutor to apostle. His words transformed a man who seemed beyond redemption into a messenger of hope. That's you, chosen one. No matter your past, God's voice is rewriting your story, turning what was into what will be. His words are your transformation, your calling, your new beginning. God's voice is a melody weaving through your days, a song that brings harmony to the chaos. His words align your steps, your thoughts, your heart with His perfect plan. You're not stumbling through life, you're dancing to His rhythm, moving with purpose and grace. Keep listening, and let his voice guide your steps into a life that sings his glory. The enemy will try to disrupt that melody, throwing discord with worry or fear. But God's voice is clearer, stronger, restoring the song when it falters. He's saying, "My tune is true, and it's yours. You don't need to fight for harmony." His words are your music, your peace, your assurance that the song of your life is beautiful. Trust him and keep dancing. God's speaking to you because he sees the Creator in you, the one meant to build, inspire, and bring new things to life. His voice is sparking ideas, dreams, and visions within you, calling you to create something that reflects his heart. You're not just a listener, you're a maker, shaping the world with his words as your blueprint. Let his voice guide your hands. Picture a lantern glowing in the night, its light soft but steady, guiding travelers home. That's God's voice in your life, a gentle glow that leads you through the dark. His words are your light, showing you the way when the path is unclear. You don't need to fear the night. His voice is your guide, your comfort, your promise of a safe arrival. God's voice is your strength in weakness, lifting you when you feel too tired to stand. His words are your power, filling you with resilience when life presses hard. You're not crumbling, you're rising, carried by the one who speaks life into your bones. His voice is your energy, your courage, your assurance that you can face anything. The world might try to weigh you down, piling burdens to slow your steps. But God's voice is lighter, stronger, lifting the load with every word. He's saying, "I'm carrying this with you. You don't need to bear it alone." His words are your relief, your strength, your promise that no burden is too heavy with him by your side. Your life is a story unfolding, and God's voice is the narrator, guiding every chapter with purpose. His words shape the plot, turning trials into triumphs, questions into answers. You might not know the ending, but his voice knows the way. Keep listening, chosen one, and let his words write a story that echoes his love and power. God's speaking to you now because he sees the pioneer in you, the one meant to blaze trails, to break new ground, to lead where others fear to go. His voice is your courage, your map, your fire, to forge a path that others will follow. You're not just walking, you're pioneering, guided by his words to a future that changes everything. God's voice is a current beneath your wings, chosen one, lifting you above the storms of life. When he speaks, his words carry you higher, beyond the reach of fear or doubt. You're not grounded by the weight of the world. His voice is your wind, propelling you toward a horizon where his promises shine. Trust his words and let them soar you to heights you never thought possible. Picture a sculptor carving marble, each strike revealing beauty hidden within stone. That's God's voice in your life, chiseling away what doesn't belong to uncover the masterpiece he sees in you. You might feel the impact of his tools, but every word he speaks shapes you with purpose. His voice is crafting you into someone who reflects his strength, his love, a chosen one who stands as a testament to his art. The world will try to cover you with dust, piling on distractions, pressures, or lies to obscure your purpose. But God's voice clears it all away, sharp and sure. He's saying, "I see you, and my work in you is flawless." You don't need to scrub away the world's mess. His words are your clarity, your polish, your assurance that his design in you remains untouched. Stay focused on his voice and shine. Think about Nehemiah, rebuilding Jerusalem's walls amidst opposition and ruin. God's voice guided him, giving him strength to restore what was broken. That's you, chosen one. His voice is calling you to rebuild your dreams, your hope, your life despite the chaos around you. His words are your blueprint, your courage, your power to restore what the world tried to tear down. God's voice is a spark in your darkness, igniting hope where shadows linger. His words light up the corners of your heart, showing you paths you couldn't see before. You're not lost in the night. His voice is your flame, guiding you to a dawn filled with promise. Listen closely and let his words illuminate the way to a future where his light never fades. Your life is a riverbed, and God's voice is the stream that brings it to life. His words flow through you, filling dry places with hope, purpose, and strength. You might see only cracks now, but his voice sees a river running strong. Keep listening, and watch how his words turn barren ground into a place of growth, beauty, and abundance that overflows to others. The enemy will try to dam that river, throwing obstacles to stop the flow of God's promises, but his voice is unstoppable, breaking through every barrier. He's saying, "I've carved this path for you, and nothing can block it." You don't need to fight the dams alone. His words are your force, your current, your assurance that his plan will always flow. Trust him, and let his voice carry you forward. God's speaking to you now because he sees the trailblazer in you, the one meant to forge new paths, to lead where others hesitate. His voice is your courage, stirring you to step into uncharted places with faith. You're not just following, you're pioneering, a chosen one carrying his words to light the way for others. Let his voice guide your steps and blaze the trail he's set before you. Imagine a beacon pulsing in the night, steady and strong, calling ships to shore. That's God's voice in your life, a signal that never wavers, guiding you through every storm. His words are your direction, your safety, your promise of a safe landing. You don't need to fear the waves. His voice is your light, your guide, your assurance that you'll reach the harbor he's prepared. God's voice is your anchor in shifting tides, holding you firm when life feels unsteady. His words are your stability, your truth, your strength when everything else moves. You're not drifting. His voice is your root, keeping you grounded in his promises. He's saying, "I've got you, and my plan for you stands." Rest in his words, and know you're secure. The world might push you toward shallow waters, offering quick fixes or empty dreams, but God's voice calls you to deeper currents, to a life of meaning, impact, and purpose. His words are your guide, steering you past fleeting distractions toward a destiny that lasts. You're not here for surface gains. You're here for a legacy that echoes through time, led by his voice. Think about Esther, standing before a king, her life on the line for her people. God's voice gave her courage to speak, to act, to change history. That's you, chosen one. His voice is giving you strength to face your own moments of risk, to stand for what's right, to make a difference. His words are your boldness, your calling, your power to shift the world around you. God's voice is a seed of vision planted in your heart, ready to grow into something mighty. His words nurture it, bringing life to dreams you thought were impossible. You might see only a small sprout now, but his voice sees a towering tree. Keep listening and watch how his words turn your vision into a reality that shades others with hope and purpose. The enemy will try to uproot that vision, whispering that it's too big, too hard, too far away. But God's voice is stronger, guarding what he's planted. He's saying, "I gave you this vision, and it's yours to grow. You don't need to defend it alone." His words are your shield, your gardener, ensuring it thrives. Trust him and let his voice bring it to life. God's speaking to you because he sees the restorer in you, the one meant to mend broken places, to heal wounded hearts. His voice is awakening your gift to bring wholeness where there's pain, light where there's darkness. You're not just a listener, you're a healer, carrying his words to a world that needs them. His voice is your mission, your strength, your call to restore. Picture a bridge stretching across a divide, strong enough to carry you to new ground. That's God's voice in your life, building a path over every gap, fear, doubt, loss. His words are the beams, the supports, guiding you to the other side. You don't need to jump. His voice is your crossing, your assurance that you'll reach the place he's prepared. God's voice is your melody in a world of clashing sounds, a song that brings peace to your soul. His words align your heart, your steps, your purpose with his rhythm. You're not lost in the noise, you're tuned to him, moving with grace and certainty. Keep listening and let his voice sing through your life, creating harmony where chaos once reigned. The world might try to drown out his song with distractions, demands, or doubts. But God's voice is clearer, stronger, eternal. He's saying, "My melody is yours, and it will never fade." You don't need to fight for peace. His words are your harmony, your guide, your truth. In a world that tries to silence them, trust him and keep moving to his beat. Your life is a canvas of divine dreams, and God's voice is the artist, painting with strokes of hope and purpose. His words add depth, color, and beauty to your story, turning every moment into part of his masterpiece. You might not see the full picture yet, but every stroke matters. Keep listening, chosen one, and let his voice create a life that reflects his glory. God's speaking to you now because he sees the warrior in you, ready to rise, to fight, to overcome with his strength. His voice is your battle cry, stirring courage, faith, and power within you. You're not just hearing him, you're being armed, equipped to face every challenge with his might. His words are your weapon, your shield, your victory in every fight.